being in a South Indian household, music or culture or art is a very natural part of it. So my mom used to play the veena before her marriage, and we always had a veena in the house. But after her marriage, she never picked it up much. But she made sure that me and Alekhya were always into music or dance. So I and Alekhya both learned Carnatic music, along with my cousin also for that matter. We learned Carnatic music and classical dance, Kuchipudi dance. So close by when we used to live in Delhi or in Bombay, we were always, going to classes. So Alekhya even learned the piano. I learned Western dance, Carnatic music, classical dance, everything, that has always been a part of our thing. But obviously left to your own, what else you want to do. Do you want to take it up as a career? Do you want to do it seriously? That's your call. So Alekhya obviously didn't pick up Carnatic music. I picked it up and she picked up classical dance. So yes, I've always been trained. First was from my mother and then I went to a formal teacher when we were in Bombay, and then we shifted to Delhi. We did a lot of shifting from Bombay, Delhi. And finally we settled in Delhi. And I had a teacher for about 12 years. I was trained and she has really brought, her name is Jalaja Raju. She lives in Bangalore right now. And she really instilled that humility, very core values, not just the musical part, but how you carry your music, where your music comes from. A lot of that has been something that she's brought that in me. So I feel very proud not learning from these performing artists of any kind, but she herself was doing wonderful in the field. And so I used to go for competitions. I used to go because in part of the culture of music, you always have to, present yourself, not just learn in the room, but, present it. So we used to go for I used to go for competitions, go for stage performances, because she's a Kannada teacher. So a lot of Kannada sabhas I used to attend. But within me, there was always this question, because I was in a Christian school and I'm a Hindu. So at home, because before meditation, we were doing pujas. And my father, because my mom and dad, both are Brahmins. And we used to do Ganesh Chaturthi celebration, or, any festival that comes, Ugadi, all of that. We used to get involved in it. But again, no one knew why we're doing it. We're doing it because we're supposed to do it. And it's part of our culture. But I was in a Christian school, and because I'm into music, so I used to sing Christmas carols, sing hymns and all of that. So I used to be very confused as a child. What is religion? So being in a Christian school, I've always been in a Christian school. So that kind of understanding of what is religion, why is there a division in Hinduism itself? Why are there so many gods? Why is there another Jesus Christ and Mother Mary? So those kind of questions I used to ask, but I never used to get any answers. I used to get any bad dream. I used to get a lot of bad dreams as a child. I used to go to my mom's room and my mom would say, say the Hanuman Chalisa. You can imagine the Hanuman in front of you and, he will give you strength. But I used to wonder if I can't see them or touch them, then what's the point of them? If I feel them within, So I used to sing these as a musician. I used to attend these concerts, do it as a practice. But there was one point I remember in 11th or 12th standard, because I was fed up of music. Because I liked the music for the music's sake, but I never understood the purpose of it. Why am I singing these kritis? It's better I would sing Hindustani. At least they're talking about rain, sun, sadness, love, all of that. At least in Carnatic music, you're always doing like Krishna ka roop, his feet, his head, all of that, that mukut and all that. So I was very confused. But slowly, because again, like there was one point when I left music in this way, in a formal setup, and I started attracting friends who were into bands. So I joined a band called Trippy Sama, where we used to perform in public places. So we are a set of 10 people. One used to be Dhrupad, Hindustani, and I used to bring Carnatic music. There was African beats, and there was African percussions. Then there's, Dhrupad, Pakhavaj. Like that, we had about 10 people, and we used to perform. Again, I felt a little lost. Again, I started meditation, but I felt a little lost because I was not, again, finding any strong space. Then somewhere around in GCSs in 2012-13, I met Lakshmi Surateja, who's a student of Dr. Pantla Rama. She's a very big musician in the South. So she was apparently going through a similar phase. She's way ahead of me in music. And she was going through the same space where Patriji, like, he used to always ask me to sing on stage. And Patriji, despite when he was in Mona, he wrote to me and he said, your path is music meditation. Just follow it. But I was not ready. I couldn't connect with it at that point. He used to say it. I felt it. But I was like, I'm not so ahead in music that I can leave a guru completely. I felt like there's so much more to learn. And he's asking me to leave my guru. Leave the guru and follow my path, is what he said. But I was not ready yet. That's when I met Lakshmi Surateja at that point. And she was also going through a similar space. She lives in Vizag. And she brought this understanding of music in a very different sense, where she was making me very friendly with music. And obviously an advanced stage of music I was going into. And we went into the depth of each lyric. What did the lyric mean? Where did it come from? Connecting with each composition. So that was another phase for me, where I was connecting with every single note, where I started seeing things around me. So there was one point when I actually met Tyagaraja, Saint Tyagaraja. I met Kabir through meditation, in my meditation. And there was one point, like I mentioned, that I disconnected with the form music. Formless I liked more than form music. And I remember at that point, Abhishek, my partner, told me that, why don't you go and perform in Delhi? No one knows about you and stuff. So I was like, theek hai, okay, fine, all right. Then I sat into meditation before my sadhana. And when I sat, I saw a figure walking towards me. I was wondering, what is that figure? It was in the shadows. And so the figure walked towards me, and then I saw the form of Saint Tyagaraja, who is the Trinity of music, one of the Trinity, one of the gurus in the Trinity. And I'm like, okay, why are you in front of me? And he said, you took me very lightly. You've been taking me very lightly. And I said, yeah, I do. I do take you lightly. You tell me, what should I do about it? And then he said, you know what? Whenever you sing, I will flow through you. That's it. That is the essence of music and meditation. What does it mean? A musician is complete when he meditates, when he or she meditates, because what is written has a meaning, but it will only have the outer layer of it. You'll only sing the outer layer. You have a great voice. I had the power right now. I would sing a song and you would clap. I have the power. You will get the benefit of it, maybe 50% of it, but I won't, because I'm not singing with my heart and singing in the complete form. So when the music met meditation, that's when it became complete. So when you can hear the song Kabir Chalisa. So Patriji asked me to compose, perform. This was during the lockdown period in 2020-21, when he said, I want Kabir Chalisa to come. So 40 verses of Kabir. And at that point, sir also was playing a lot with it. He's like, first he said Raga Malika, which means every single paragraph in a different raga. I composed it, and then he's like, no, not in multiple ragas. I want only one raga. So like that, we came up with the 40. So it really progressed. I really learned the way sir does not have the answers to everything, but he lets it flow. So he's not like sitting, he's not rigid with the form, I want it like this, because it's his song. Like, he's asking me to do it. But he gave so much freedom, and I chose to be guided by him. And he gave me the space. Even Abhishek and me together, we reached out to so many musicians, and everyone agreed to collaborate. So we had more than 7 to 8 musicians on this track performing. So it's about 25-minute, 40 verses of Kabir, handpicked by Patriji, which verses to be picked. And so beautifully it has come. So, and I remember when we had gone to record this in the studio, we were just doing a rough patch recording for that. And I was sitting in meditation before, and Abhishek, I remember Abhishek was in the recording room, and I was outside just recording the patch. While I was meditating, suddenly my body became, I was sitting like this, and suddenly it became like a man, like I became like a different person. Like this, my body structure changed, my head became bigger, my body became a little bigger, and I became Kabir. And I was singing. I was like, and I didn't even know how to voice it because I'm experiencing it at that point. I couldn't even tell Abhishek, this is hello, this is Kabir here singing. It was interesting. It was so beautiful that you just need to really be. And the great beings, masters are right there in front of us. They're here for us. We just need to connect. So that's the power of music and meditation. So as a meditator, you're able to connect with that music and present, so that whatever, for example, what is needed for you at that point, you're going through maybe a health problem. You could be going through a mental problem. You could be having a lot of thoughts in your mind. That frequency, that vibration just, finds itself, and you're just an instrument, and healing happens. Yeah.
That's really, really wonderful. Like, we got to do anything. You went to the roots of the music, not just like, periphery of it or for the sake of someone else. You really went to the depths of it.
We're all exploring. And that's why Sir actually started Pyramid Music Meditation Academy.